There. Our Streamlabs crashed. Okay, let me just set up the stream again. Sorry about that. Why did our Streamlabs crashed? So we're going live again. Okay, let me just set up the stream real quick. Now the thing is, I've already shared it earlier. Now I cannot share it again because that would be spamming, but that's fine. Just go by the previous share. And I think something went wrong when I turned off the camera and turned it back on. So I have to be careful not to do that again. If this continues, that means we have to upgrade our computer. Oh no. Don't have funds. Okay, let me just set up the stream. I'm just activating the on the blue platform. Reactivating it actually. There. Cool. Okay, so let's continue our flight. I do apologize for that. Okay, we're live already. I think so. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's start this again. Wait. It's a good thing because I wasn't able to file our flight plan. So there, I should be able to. Brilliant. So maybe that's the reason, probably, that the computer allowed to crash my Streamlabs. Let me just set it up again. So again, we are expecting RNP 36 transition to Diego transition. Okay, cool. So I guess we're good. Oops, one more. Have to add our flight plan on Volanta. Okay, cool. So we're back streaming. Let's do this again. Okay, so let's do our flight controls check. Let's start with the tiller. Okay, left is good. Okay, right is good. One more left, one more right. And then our flight stick. Okay, cool. For the tiller, let's do it again. I think I have to calibrate this now. Okay. Then of course the flight stick, we're good. Part brake, speed brake, ground spoilers. Okay, and our flaps, pitch trim. Okay, throttle. Okay, working. Engine switches, ignition switch, and our rudder, of course, and the brake. Okay, cool. Everything's working. We can now start prepping the aircraft. So again, we will be joined by our first officer, Una, for this flight. She'll be doing the pilot monitoring tasks. So we're good with our flight controls. We can now start setting up the aircraft. So let's begin with turning both battery masters 1 and 2 on. Cool. So while that's turned on, let's now request for the ground power unit. Okay, GPU requested. Okay, apologies for the earlier stream. It got cut off. My Streamlabs crashed. I think it has something to do with when I turned off the camera and turned it back on. So. Woo, Captain Kera is also in the house. What's up? Captain Kera on the blue platform. Please support Kera Team. Don't forget to follow his page. Safe flight, sir. Maraming salamat, Captain Kera. RIP fly-by-wire sa December 5. Oh, really? And support na? Oh, yun lang. GG's. Actually, hindi ko pa nabasa yan, pero I'll check. Nag-ano ka na, nag-purple platform ka na rin. Ayun. So, yan. Keratin already made the switch to the purple platform. So, please go ahead and support him as well. Same pa rin. Keratin pa rin. Hanapin ko nga yan. Hindi ako na-follow sa. Ay, shoot. Lalabas na yung Inibuilds A320 Neo. Kaya... baka i-end na yung support, no, ni fly-by-wire. Sige, we'll see. Check natin yan. Yes sir, currently pa sa Zamboanga na. Ay, you're live right now? Sige, I'll visit later. Probably pag nasa himpapawid na tayo. Prep lang muna natin yung aircraft natin. Ayan. Cool, ayan. Let's also support talagang mawawala na si Captain Saraysi. Si Captain ko, si fly-by-wire. Sige, I'll go ahead and read that article. Sayang naman, no? But anyway, sige. No choice. Hey, Aster, what's up? Thanks for tuning in on the purple platform as well. Meron pa naman siya, kaso onti na users for sure. Oo, kasi, syempre, ini-builds eh. Diba? We'll see. Pero kasi I've gone, fond of the fly-by-wire. Sana ituloy pa rin nila. Hopefully. Kaya high fidelity. Pero kaya tawag dito, study level din. Lipat muna ako kay Caribou. Go Easter. Thank you for dropping by. And yes, later I'll drop by din kay Caribou pagka online pa siya. Same lang naman lahat ng A320 sir, kaya makakipag-focus. Okay. Kasi di ba yung default ng Microsoft Flight Simulator hindi pa siya study level. Ang daming mga buttons na hindi pa kayang hindi gumagaan. Study level yung kay Unibuilds compared. Okay. Better. So parang Phoenix na rin, no? Sayang. Pero check ko muna. As long as fly-by-wire is active, try natin. Napamahal na to. Siyempre support natin si fly-by-wire. Matagal din ang aming pinagsamahan. So, okay. Anyway, sige. Na natin. Let's prep the aircraft. Let's start setting up.
Okay.
Let's go. So let's start with the Adirs 132.
I'm out for the walk around.
Check. Okay, and ground control, let's turn that on. Crew oxygen supply on, seatbelt signs on, no smoking signs auto, emergency exit signs armed. Fuel pumps off. And off. On rather. Off. We're prepping the aircraft. I'm turning it off. And of course our lights. Too bright. 50% should be enough. Set it to 50. Miss ko to si fly-by-wire just in case. And I have a lot of add-ons for fly-by-wire. Like for example, this Jollibee livery by Night Fury 08. This is for fly-by-wire. He customized it for me. So we will support fly-by-wire until they end the support or and the development for this aircraft. But hopefully they don't. But we'll see. It depends on the developers, of course. Okay, floodlight, 50%. Integ panel or integ light. And floodlight as well. Okay, just a quick check. We don't have any online ATCs right now here in Rionegro, so we will be using the default squawk code 2000. And let's do a self radio check. Let's tune into 121.905. And I just need to hear myself on the radio to make sure that my comms are working. Check radio check. Okay, fine. Let's switch back to Unicom 122.8 and let's proceed to the MCDU. So let's start with the FMGC. So we have this again. This is the Airbus A320neo. Our engine is a LEAP engine, and our active nav database is updated. So we have this ARAC. I forgot 3112. Sorry. Is it 3112 or 1332? But anyway, so this is active, valid from November 30 to December 27. So we have the updated ARAC cycle. So let's move on to the MCDU menu. So ATSU, ATSU, AOC menu, and init press. Oops, who's that? What's this? Okay, takeoff runway 1 SKBO. So this is it's not ours. He's not in our vicinity. And we're still prepping the aircraft. Okay, init data request. Let's wait. Hope everything's fine here. There. Okay, so flight number is Jollibee 27. That's Juliet Oscar Lima 27. Our call sign on VATSIM. Our departure airport is Sierra Kilo Romeo Golf. Destination is Mike Papa Papa Alpha. Fuel on board is 4.2. Estimated time of arrival. So 54 minutes are total flight time. So we're good here. Let's go to the init page. Let's request for this as well. So we're pulling up the data from scene-brief.com. Okay, so from SKRG to MPPA, alternate airport again is here in Jose Maria Cordova Airport rather. Flight number is Jollibee 27, cost index 10, cruising flight levels 240 initially, but again after ESTAP we will continue our climb to flight level 380. So let's do our IRS init check. So let's align on ref. I have to press the button multiple times. Okay, confirm aligned. And then for the wind, let's request for this. Okay, we're good. So now let's go to the MCDU menu again, ATSU AOC menu, and let's check the weather information here in Jose Maria Cordova. So that's sent, and let's wait for the message, and let's read out the METAR information. Thank you. Ayun, there's your Kerotene. Wait, let me give you a shout out on the purple platform. Let's shout out Captain Kero. So that's Kerotene on purple. What did I do? Press the wrong one. Okay, let's shout you out on purple. So you made the switch na rin pala. Ayan. Don't forget to support Kerotene on purple. He used to stream on the blue platform din but now he streams on purple as well. Tagal na pala. Ngayon ko lang nakita. Anyway, and welcome sa purple Captain Kero. Okay, let's now read the METAR information. Let's print this first. SKRG METAR information issued November 30, 1600 Zulu. Wind is blowing from heading 120 at 8 knots. Visibility is more than 10 kilometers. Scattered clouds at 200 feet. Sorry, 2,000. Yep, it's 2,200. Temperature 21, dew point 13, QNH 1026, because we are actually 7,000 feet above sea level, so we have a higher barometric pressure here. So let's get that, and let's configure our baro to 1026. There. 1026. Cool. Nung lumipas 6 months ago, ngayon ko lang nalaman. Ganun. Pagka ganyan, nakapin ko. Sinisip pa nga. Okay, so the wind is blowing from heading 120. That means we can still take off from runway 01. So we will configure that here. So we are departing via runway 01. Our SID will be via IBDAM 1 Alpha. We don't have a transition, if I'm not mistaken. No transition. There. And let's insert that. Okay, let me just cross check this with our flight, with our charts rather. So for IBDAM 1 Alpha, again, we don't have any transition. Because after IBDAM, we will be directing, what do you call that? Kotin. Yeah, Kotin. Okay, so we will climb to 7,430 feet, and we will be tracking, what's this? 14 DME from Rionegro, and we should be at or above 7,850 feet. And then we will turn right, directing Marinilla, VOR, maximum of 185 knots at or above 10,500 feet. And then after that, we will turn right again. Yep, turn right, tracking, we should be 6 DME, tracking 257, radial 257, up to 6 DME from Marinilla VOR at or above 12,000 feet. After that, we'll be tracking IBDAM at or above 13,000 feet. So after that, we will be directing Kotin, and we'll continue our climb to flight level 240. So let's remove that. So Kotin and then ISRAP. So again, we will be having a step out for this. By ISRAP, we should be climbing to flight level 380. So this is by ISRAP. There. Okay, so going back to the flight plan. So after IBDAM, Kotin, ISRAP, and then DACMO, Punba, Ugeton,
I'm
and
back.
then
No issues on the walk around.
Copy that. And then let's configure our approach initially. So we will be flying the RNAV 36 approach. So again, no star for the Pacifico, Panama Pacifico International Airport. So overhead Diego will commence our RNP 36 approach. So let's check out here. So after Diego, we'll be tracking Pitne. So let me just quickly check our approach chart for that. Okay, so for our approach chart, RNP. So from Diego, we will be tracking. There is actually Hapus rather, 3,200. How come it doesn't show here? So let's put it here. Between Diego and Pitne, there should be Hapus. There. And we should be at 3,200 feet. So let's key that in. 3,200. Decent. There. Okay, so 3200 by Hapus, and then after that, Pitne 2400, and then Veray 1800, and we'll commence our RNP approach with a flight path angle of 3 degrees to land on runway 36. So we're good with our flight plan. Let's go ahead and check if there are any discontinuities. Okay, what happened here? There. I think there's something wrong. Let's see. There. Okay. Cool. So 6 DME from Rionegro, and then turn right to what's this? Marinilla VOR at or above 10,500, maximum of 185 knots, and then turn right tracking what's the there radial 257 to 6 DME from Marinilla VOR at or above 12,000, and then to Ibdam at or above 13,000 feet, and then after that we'll turn right directing Kotin, continue our climb to flight level 240, and then ISRAP, continue our climb to flight level 380, and then there's Dakmo, Punba, Ugeto, and then Diego. After Diego, we'll descend to Hapus. We should be at 3,200 by Hapus. We'll be commencing our RNP 36 approach, and tracking Pitne at or above 2,400, and then directing Veray at or above 1,800. Then we'll commence our final approach with a flight path angle of 3 degrees to land on runway 36. So we're good with our flight plan. No flight plan discontinued, nor no flight discontinuity. So let's go ahead and set up the rest of the MCDU. So let's check. Our secondary flight plan is checked. Rad nav is also checked. Let's move on to the fuel pred. Fuel pred, zero fuel weight is 57.8. By the way, I haven't refueled the aircraft. Ano ba yun?
Refueling truck is on its way.
So let's start refueling, and at the same time, no, let's wait for catering should wait after refueling. But anyway, I forgot that. Haha. Okay. Again, 57.8.
Hi, security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot start boarding because we're still refueling, and then okay, let's do the catering truck as well. Request for the catering service, so it's gonna be simultaneous, and then after that, we'll start boarding. Request boarding.
Boarding requested.
There. So, but that's gonna be after refueling, of course, and catering truck. Again, zero fuel weight.
In position.
It's 57.8. And 57.8. Shoot.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
You want to board crew? Nobody.
Passengers boarding starting.
And our zero fuel weight center of gravity is... Let's check that out. For the fuel, how much fuel do we need? 5.5. Okay. And then for the payload, our expected zero fuel weight center of gravity is 33.3. Okay. 33.3. Okay, so block fuel is 5.5. And the rest should be automatically populated. So while we're waiting for that, I'll compute for our takeoff performance speeds. Or takeoff speeds, rather. Config 1 plus F anti-ice is off. PAX will be off for this departure. Center of gravity is aft. And then let's get the rest from our Simbeef flight plan.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So runway heading, our temperature again is 31. No, it's not 31, 21. Wind is 120 at 8. Okay, let's calculate.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Okay, we are good with flaps 1 and we're gonna flex. We'll be flexing 54 degrees. So flaps 1, flexing 54 degrees. Okay, so for our takeoff speeds, V1 and V are both at 132. V2 is 139. So 132. 132. Oops, my bad. Should be VR. And then 139er is V2. Okay, transition altitude here is 18,000 feet. Let me just check our chart for that. Yep, it's 18,000 feet. And we're good. Let's ask our first officer to check the box. Check the box.
Okay.
Okay, so while she's checking the box, let's set up the rest of our FCU data or takeoff data. So let's turn on VORs 1 and 2 and let's climb to 13,000 feet initially, and then we'll continue to climb to flight level 240 before we reach that altitude. So we're good here, and I think our first officer is done checking the box, so let's do the takeoff briefing. Are you ready for the takeoff briefing?
Ready.
Okay, so we are currently here at Bay 8 of Jose Maria Cordova International Airport, and we will be pushing back facing south for runway 01. Our expected taxi route will be up. Sorry, I'm not showing the graph or the chart. Okay, so we're currently here at Bay 8. We'll be pushing back facing south for runway 01. This is runway 01. And then our expected taxi route will be via hotel and then turn right to Alpha all the way to Alpha 2. Okay, so we will hold short of runway 01. Upon takeoff, we will be flying the IBDAM 1 Alpha departure with no transition. So upon takeoff, we will be tracking radial 168 to 14 DME from Rionegro VOR at or above 7,850 feet. We will turn right directing Marinilla VOR, maximum of 185 knots at or above 10,500. And then we'll turn right, tracking radial 257 up to 6 DME from Marinilla VOR. We should be at or above 12,000 feet by then. And then tracking IBDAM at or above 13,000 feet. So after IBDAM, we'll be directing to Kotin and continue our climb to flight level 240. So that's our takeoff briefing. Any questions?
No questions.
Oh. Okay, so that means we have to begin refueling our aircraft as well, because unfortunately GSX Pro is not synchronized with my fly-by-wire, so I have to do this manually. So catering is done as well as refueling for GSX, and we're now doing the loading of the baggages. So we just we'll have to wait for the baggages to load in. Hey, for those who just tuned in, you're watching Borg Gaming channel, and this is our Flight Thursday stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are flying the 35th leg of our Jollibee World Tour. So our flight for tonight will be from Rionegro, Colombia to Pacifico, Panama. We will be flying the Airbus A320neo by fly-by-wire simulations, and we're using the Jollibee livery developed by Night Fury 08, which is available for download on flightsim.to. So again, we're simulcasting on 5 different platforms. We're simulcasting on the blue, purple, red, green, and black platform. So you can check out my other social media accounts by checking the bio, my bio page or my bio, and accessing the link space link there. So let's just wait for all the baggages to be loaded, and we'll prep our aircraft for pushback after that. Let's switch the view. There. So at least we can see the baggages being loaded. Okay, last set of baggages, and then we'll prep for pushback. So the baggages are delayed. Or all our passengers are already inside. Okay, boarding is about to be completed. Let's get ready to go back inside.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Thanks.
Boarding completed.
Copy that. APU on.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Cool. Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Completed. Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Remove. Remove.
Signs.
On and auto. On and auto. What's wrong? Doesn't recognize my voice. On and auto. On and auto.
Adheres.
Nav. Nav.
Fuel quantity.
5500 kilograms.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Barrel ref.
1026 set.
1, 0, 2, 6. Set. Down to the line.
Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. As you locate
Let's
your
now disconnect the
assigned seats,
GPU.
please place your smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartments. If you need assistance, contact a flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also, review the safety instruction card in your seat pocket. If you are seated at an exit seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
Hey guys, are we clear to close?
Yes. Yes.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
I think it has something to do with the electric fan. Okay. Let's do this again. So let's now close the cockpit door. Okay. And let's get ready to prep for pushback. Cool. Okay, we still don't have any ATCs online, so we're good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Roger that. He's wearing a Slipknot mask. And the rain will kill us all. Throw ourselves against the wall.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, so there's the pushback tug. It crashed on the bonus.
Locking gear.
Okay, so we're now ready for pushback. Let's now advise on VATSIM that we are now pushing back. Jose Maria Cordova traffic, Jollibee 27 on, correction, at Bay 8. Commencing push and start facing south for runway 01. Okay. So let's now turn on the APU bleed. Beacon lights on. Cabin crew, arm slides and cross check. Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start, checklist complete.
Okay, so let's continue our pushback. So, spot 6.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wing.
Copy. There's the push. Engine mode to ignition. Starting engine 2. Let me just check. Payload.
Once again, ladies
Our
and
center
gentlemen,
of
welcome on
gravity
board our
is
flight today.
3-4%.
This is the wing flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information. There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, lighted information signs, and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by
Hey,
pulling on the
Captain
belt.
Rami, what's
To
up?
release your seatbelt, lift
Welcome
the
to the
flap
stream.
on
We
the
have
buckle.
another streamer in the
It is our
house.
policy that you keep
Captain
your
Rami
seatbelt fastened at all
777
times while
on
needed.
the red platform.
Doors
Don't
are
forget
clearly
to
marked
support
with
this
exit
channel
signs
as
and
well.
instructions for
Good
door
evening in
operation.
Philippines. Welcome in the month of
Each
December.
door is equipped
Oh
with an
yeah,
escape slide.
it's already December 1st. Thanks for
Locate the
reminding
exit
us,
nearest
Captain
you. The
Rami.
nearest exit may be behind
It's
you.
already December 1st.
In an emergency,
November is
lights
done. I
will
can already
illuminate
shave
the
my
aisle.
beard and
The cabin is
mustache.
pressurized if there is a loss
No
of
shave
cabin
November is
pressure.
finally
Cancel
over.
limited oxygen mask
Okay.
here.
Engine 2 is
Remain
already
seated with
available.
your seatbelt fastened and pull a mask towards
Starting
you to
engine
start
1.
the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling on the end. Secure your own mask before assisting
Yeah, I
others.
know. We're still in the month of
Your
November.
seat bottom cushion may be
So
used
that's gonna
as a
happen in
device.
around
Pull up and remove
almost
the
12
cushion.
hours, right?
Upon exiting the aircraft, place your
I'm in
arms
the
around
passenger
cushion
in the
and hold
front.
on to the
Correct.
straps located on the back. This
We
is a
are
non-smoking
8 hours,
flight.
not
Smoking
8.
is not permitted in the cabin or lavatory.
Around almost
Cabin
12
lights will now
hours
be turned off. Reading
ahead
light
of you.
buttons are located above your seat.
We
Thank
are
you for
we
your
are
attention.
plus 8 if we're talking about Zulu time. Okay, so we're about to complete our pushback. So we're about to commence our taxi. We're currently at the Jose Maria Cordova Airport here in Rionegro, Colombia. Okay, let's go back inside. Engine 1 is almost available. Okay. Parking brake set. Engine 1 is available. Engine mode switching back to normal. APU bleed off. APU master switch off. And dome lights, let's turn this off. Go Windows heat. Set that to auto. And then our pitch stream, let's set this to 3-4%. There. What are you doing? I'm setting it to 3-4%. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off. Off. Off.
Ecam status.
Check. Check. What's wrong with my first officer? Check. Check.
Pitch trim.
3-4% set. Three 4% set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Okay, cool. Let's do our flight controls check. Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Cool. Hey, sir friends, what's up? Welcome Black. Nakadaong ka na ba? Are you back in the Philippines?
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, let's wait for the ground crew. Kamusta, kamusta? Yun, oh, may pa 100 star si sir friends. Thank you sa 100 stars. Unfortunately, naka-off yung natin. Naka-off yung ating alerts, pero yan, pin natin yan. Thank you. Welcome Black. Okay, we're just waiting for the go signal. Yeah, she's weaving. Let's wait for her to leave. There. Okay, cool. So we're good. Checking again. No, still no online ATCs. So we will just announce our intentions on the Unicom. So let's commence our taxi. Jose Maria Cordova Traffic Advisory Jollibee 27, commencing taxi to runway 01 via taxiway Hotel Alpha 2 holding point will hold short of runway 01. Okay, cool. Let's do this, but before anything else, let's do our takeoff config test. So everything is done. Let's go. Clear left side. She's acting kinda slow again. Hey, my left side is already clear.
Clear right side.
Okay, thank you. Park brake off. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Check.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Check.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
Flexing 54 degrees.
V1, 1, 3, 2, VR, 1, 3, 2, V2, 1, 3, 9, flex temp, 5, 4, degrees, ATC,
Set.
ECAM memo,
Takeoff no blue.
down to the line.
Okay, very good. Let's now taxi to Alpha 2. And then I can clear on the left side and clear on the right. And then we'll hold short of runway 01. Announce our intentions and then we'll line up. So we're now about to take off from Jose Maria Cordova Airport here in Rionegro, Colombia. Again, we are flying the 35th leg of our Jollibee World Tour, and we'll be flying to Pacifico, Panama. So that's Panama Pacifico International Airport. So before we line up later, we will glance or check our wind condition and then line up and then take off. Someone message on the Unicom. We'll check that later. Why aren't they using the voice channel here on the left side? Okay, so we're gonna take Alpha 2, which is the first left, and then we'll hold short of runway 01. I think we have a strong headwind. Earlier it was 8 knots, not sure if it's still the same. We're gonna take a look at that before we line up. So we're now approaching the left turn to Alpha 2. So this is Alpha 2. Let's turn left here. So clear on the left side. Okay, and let's hold short of runway 01. Okay, park brake on. One last look at the wind condition. So 1600 relates the same. 120 at 8 knots. Okay, let's announce. Checking. Still no online ATCs right now. What is the Top of descent daw na siya. He's already at the top of descent, descending from flight level 380. Expect start Darnia. So it's not within our vicinity. Okay, that's announced. Jose Maria Cordova traffic advisory, Jollibee 27 holding short of runway 01, ready for departure. We'll now enter the active runway to line up. Runway 01. Below the line. Clear on the left side. Clear on the right side. Park brake off. Hey, BGI AV Geek, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in.
Approach
We're about to
clear
take
of
off.
traffic. Take off runway.
01 confirmed.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
Off.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Cool. Okay, so let's hold short here. And then let's announce that we are about to take off. We're already rolling on running 0. So we will be climbing to flight to 13,000 feet initially. Ready? She's not yet ready.
Ready.
Takeoff. Jose Maria Cordova traffic, Jollibee 27 rolling on runway 01. Manflex 54 SRS auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set.
Check.
Knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Autopilot 1 on. AP1.
Check.
Auto thrust. Climb.
Check. Check.
Jose Maria Cordova traffic advisory,
Factor
Jollibee
on.
27 airborne passing 9,000 feet, climbing 13,000 feet initially via the IBDAM 1 Alpha departure, IFR to Pacifico. Okay, we're now passing 10,000 feet. Let's go back inside.
2,500.
5,000 to go.
Flight level 240, manage. Jose Maria Cordova traffic, Jollibee 27, overhead Marinilla VOR, turning right, tracking 257, radial 257 to 6 DME to Marinilla, and continuing climb to flight level 240 initially. Hey Jane, what's up? Thanks for the like, welcome to the stream. Jane is the wife of Team LKV, whom we are cross-posted right now on the blue platform. Don't forget to support as well. Pasakay kami extended wedding. Ay, oo nga pala. Belated wedding anniversary to Jane and Lance. Ayan, Team LKV, what's up, what's up? Thank you, thank you. Flaps 0.
Speed check.
Again, happy wedding anniversary to the both of you, Jen and Lance. How was your date? You went to BGC, ah?
Flaps 0.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Cool. Clear rad nav.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yes, it was fun and busog ako. Busog kaso nakakatakot pala doon. Bakit? Ay, oo. Yup. BGC where everything is good. Yeah, the cost of living there is high compared to the other places in NCR in Manila. That's the reason why I don't also want to work there in BGC. Imagine if you're having lunch, diba? How expensive would that be? Hey, Catherine, Ron, Jason, what's up? Lot, may gamit ka bang Phoenix para sa MCDU? Wala, unfortunately. I haven't used Phoenix yet. But the MCDU of Phoenix should be the same as the MCDU of Fly-by-Wire. Oh, by the way, we are approaching there. Sorry, let me just set this up. Set standard.
Standard cross check. Passing flight level 182. Now.
Check. Below the line.
Barrel rest.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
Seatbelts off. Okay, cool. Let me just set up the MCD real quick. Let's start with the flight plan. Let's do a fix info, and we are flying to Mike Papa Alpha. And let's set this to 60 nautical miles. Just in case an approach controller will go online, at least we know when to contact approach. And then let's move on to Prague. That's Mike Papa Papa Alpha, and we are expecting to land on runway 36. So that's gonna be 281 nautical miles away. And then let's move on to the perf page. Our top of descent is around 208 nautical miles away, so we're still good. Although we should be reaching our top of climb anytime soon, and then by ESRAP we should be continuing our climb to flight level 380. So let me just check. ESRAP is around 1727 Zulu. We should reach ESRAP by 1727 Zulu. Right now it's 1718, so that means in 9 minutes from now we should be overhead ESRAP. So let me go ahead and set up a timer for that, just to remind us that we are about to reach ESRAP and continue our climb to flight level 380. And that's our step altitude, by the way. 9 minutes there. Again, Catherine, Ron, Jason, thanks for the like. Yes, fly-by-wire ang gamit ko. And this is free. This is free. But Captain Carol just dropped by earlier and mentioned that fly-by-wire simulations might, don't quote me on this, might be discontinued by December 5 or starting December 5. Because the Airbus A320neo by Inibuilds will be released on that date. So as you all know, Inibuilds is actually the creator of the Airbus A320neo, which is the default aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So they are launching the study level version of A320neo. So we'll see what will happen. If fly-by-wire will still continue developing their aircraft, or the Airbus A320neo or their mod. But if not, then we might switch to Inibuilds. The bad thing is I have add-ons for fly-by-wire. So not sure. But anyway, this is free of charge. You can just download this from the fly-by-wire simulations website. Actually, it's a fun aircraft, but probably once Inibuilds releases their Airbus A320neo, it would be I'm not sure, it might be better than fly-by-wire. We'll see, but that means we have to buy additional add-ons. So there's the passenger announcement.
Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So let's just go back outside. We'll wait until we reach ESRAP, and then we'll continue our climb to flight level 380. So there, we just reached our initial cruising altitude. Again, welcome everyone for tuning in. You're currently tuned into Borg Gaming channel, and this is our flight. Thursday stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Actually, it's already Friday, but we will still consider this as our Thursday stream. We are flying the 35th leg of our Jollibee World Tour, and our flight for tonight is from Rionegro, Colombia to Pacifico, Panama. We are using the fly-by-wire simulations Airbus A320neo, and our livery for tonight is the Jollibee livery developed by Night Fury 08, which is available for download on flightsim.to. We're currently online on VATSIM. Our call sign is Jollibee27. That's Juliet Oscar Lima 27. You can catch me on VATSIM right now. Kabibili ko kasi ng flight sim, medyo nangangapa sa mga switches at paggamit ng Thrustmaster Warthog. You're using Warthog, I'd suggest, yes, start with fly-by-wire simulations. Because if you're gonna use, for example, the default Airbus A320neo, there are a lot of inoperational buttons. So unlike with the fly-by-wire, it has a lot of active buttons. Although if you're gonna compare it with Phoenix talaga yung study level. Pero it's a Airbus A320. So, pero if you want a freeware freeware lang muna just to get a hang of controlling the Airbus A320, then you can start with the fly-by-wire. So I've been using it ever since it was released for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty good actually. It's a good entry level aircraft. At least you'll get to know the basic controls better than the generic aircraft or the default Airbus A320neo aircraft by Microsoft Flight Simulator until December 5, of course. Once Unibuilds releases the new Airbus A320neo, that's gonna be the default one, and as per Captain Kero earlier, it's gonna be a study level aircraft. So you can watch a lot of tutorials. If you want, you can message me. You can message the page. I can send you some links to the YouTube channels that I watched to when I was still studying the controls for fly-by-wire. It's actually a pretty easy aircraft. As well, it's really not that easy to learn, but it's easy to control as long as you know how to fly the aircraft. Yes, I have. Let me go ahead and type it in here. And there. Or actually, if you're in, are you in the Bad Sim? Do you fly on Bad Sim na ba or not yet? Not yet pa yata, no? You can also catch me in the Microsoft Flight Simulator Philippines group on Facebook. You can also post questions there. You can join the chat group. Sometimes there are a lot of newbies asking for assistance on how to use their simulator, so you can find a lot of help there. I'm also active there, so you can message me there, or you can message this page directly if you want. I can send you some links via PM. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's just check. We are 17 nautical miles away from ESRAP. So again, by ESRAP, we will commence, or we will continue our climb to flight level 380. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Unfortunately, it's already late, I know. I was supposed to, my plan was actually to stream at 7 p.m. but that didn't work out. I had to do some late work stuff. So anong mod meron ka doon sa saan? Sorry, naputol yata yung message yun. If you're talking about add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course I have fly-by-wire simulations for the Airbus A320neo. For Airbus A330, I have headwind simulations. That's for the Airbus A330neo. Of course, I have liveries as well. Most of them I have downloaded from flightsim.to. I also use landing rate monitor as an add-on, just to rate my landings. What else? I also use Volanta for flight tracking. Add-ons, I also have ZSX Pro for ground simulations or ground movements simulation. And I have the FS2 crew, first officer, so that someone or the AI can do the pilot monitoring. I can just focus on pilot flying. But I'd suggest do not buy the FS2 crew while starting out with flight simulation, because at least you have to know all the controls. If you buy the FS2 crew right away, you won't be able to do the pilot monitoring, and that's also an important part when flying the aircraft, especially if you're flying solo. You have to do both kasi, di ba? Pilot flying and pilot monitoring at the same time. So I've started with just myself, learn how to fly the aircraft, and then after that I bought the FS2 crew just to help me out with my flights. By the way, I think we are there. We are now overhead ESRAP. Let's continue our climb to flight level 380. Flight level 380, manage. There. So let's announce. Medellin traffic, Jollibee 27 overhead, East Rap, directing DACMO 74 nautical miles. And we are leaving flight level 240, continuing our climb to flight level 380, final IFR to Pacifico. Okay, cool. So I can see the top of descent here. That's gonna be around 80 nautical miles away. So by the time that we reach around 80 nautical miles from our top of descent, we'll configure our approach. You're welcome, you're welcome. For beginners, I'd suggest the add-ons landing rate monitor, especially if you want to track your landing. Especially if you're still learning how to land the aircraft properly. So landing rate monitor is a good add-on, but you need FS. What's the name of the add-on again? Wait. I'll just go ahead and type it in here. FSPUIC, I think. 7. You need that to link your landing rate monitor. FSUI PC7. Let me type it in. There, you also need that to link landing rate monitor to your flight simulator. And Volanta is also a helpful add-on, so it can track your flights. So you know when, for example, did you or where on the airport did you land? Did you land on within the threshold, or at least you'll have a record of also your landing rate and the rest of your flight data. So these are good add-ons, especially if you want to check if you did a good landing or not. You have to also watch some tutorials about proper landing, like the flare, when to flare. Flare is actually dependent on the aircraft and the weight. So like for example, for the Airbus A320neo, you should flare at around 30 feet, depending on your weight, on the weight of the aircraft as well, of course. How many passengers do you have, the load. So usually on the average for the Airbus A320neo, you flare at around 30 feet above the runway. But for example, for an Airbus A330neo, which is a larger aircraft and a much heavier aircraft than the A320, you start your flare at around 50 feet from the runway. So those are the things that you have to consider when landing. So landing rate monitor is a good tool to assist you with that. I also use a performance calculator tool. You will need that to compute for the takeoff speeds, especially for the fly-by-wire MCU. Parang bolang tumatalbog nung mag-landing ako. There. So that's the reason why you have to learn to flare. That's what flare is for. Don't worry, lahat tayo dumaan dyan. Even me when I started flight simming. My first landing is always a bouncy landing. And then later on, I did learn about flaring. So that's an essential skill that you must have when you're flying an aircraft. So there are YouTube videos about how to flare for Microsoft Flight Simulator and for different aircraft. So I have a few suggestions. There's this one YouTube channel that I always watch. The good thing with this YouTube channel is he has different videos depending on the different flight sections of the flight. So from starting the aircraft from a cold engine start, from pushback to taxiing to taking off, cruising, configuring the MCDU for descent. They also have a section for descent and for the landing. So it's segregated, so it's easier to understand. I am starting to like Boeing more often because the hub really helps me with my landing. Yeah, the hub. Airbus doesn't have that one. Yeah, correct. So that's actually nice for Boeing. Yeah, for Airbus, there are some techniques though. But yeah, I agree. For Boeing, it's easier because of the hub. I agree with you, Captain Ra. Okay, let's see. Ooh, shoot, we are more than arc. Okay, we now have to configure our top of descent. I'll get back to the chat in a bit. Let's just set up our approach first. There, we need to enter our destination data already. Okay, cool. So let's now move on to MCDU. Wait, let's advise our first officer that she has control. You have control?
I have control.
Cool. So MCDU menu, ATSU, AOC menu, and let's request for the METAR information in Pacifico. So that's sent. Let's wait for that. So while we're waiting for that, let me go ahead and check flightradar24.com for the active runway in Pacifico. Okay, so that's still runway 36. Yep, we're still good with runway 36. Let's also get the METAR information from METAR TAF for Panama Pacifico. I just need the weather information there. Okay, we now have the company message. Let's switch and let's print the METAR information. So this one's the updated one. It's now valid as of 1700 Zulu. So let's read that out. MPPA METAR information issued November 30 at 1700 Zulu. Winds blowing from heading 200 at 4 knots. Visibility is more than 10 kilometers. Scattered clouds at 1,500 feet. Temperature 29er, dew point 26, and our QNH is 1009er. So let's get this and let's configure our perf page. Okay, so 1009er is our QNH and temperature is 29er. Magnetic wind is 200 at 4 knots. Transition altitude is 19,000 feet. Let me just go ahead and check our chart for that. I'll show you the chart later once we do our approach briefing. So again, we don't have a star for Pacifico. Okay, transition level is actually set by ATC. We don't have any online ATCs right now, so we're just gonna use the default from MCDU, so that's 19,000 feet. Our baro should be minimum decision altitude is 600 feet. Yep. So 600. Okay. And this is our VAP. It's 130. That means we have to flare at 30 feet from the runway. So our mandatory altitude is 1,800 by Veray. Okay, VAP 130, mandatory altitude is 1,800. So let's set that up, or let's compute for that here. So let's sync this, and target altitude again is 1800. Enter. Landing. Let's key in our approach speed is 130 knots. Oops, that's 130. Sorry, that's 13. Forgot the 0. 130. Enter. Okay, and field data from OFP, and of course the METAR information to get the accurate data. So for the runway elevation, as per the chart, runway elevation for runway 36 is 20 heading 004. So that's 20 heading 004. Enter. Runway condition is dry, and our runway slope, we have to compute for that manually. Let me just compute for it. Here's my calculator. Okay, so 50 feet minus 20 feet divided by 8501 multiplied by 100, so that means 0.35 is our runway slope. There. Runway LDA is doesn't have a threshold here. Let me just check that again. Yep, no threshold. Okay, cool. Right now it says 2591, so I'd say that's 2000 meters. 2091. Let's just subtract 500 meters for that. So enter, and then for the weight, let's compute for that. Our estimated fuel on board is 3.6. Right now we have 3.780, or let's say 3.8. So that means 200 kilograms of fuel. Let's subtract that. That means our gross weight at landing will be 61,300 kilograms. 61,300. Okay, enter. Flaps config full, overweight procedure no, reverse thrust yes, auto land no, and calculating. Let's see, medium braking, and we will consume around 1.7 kilometers of the runway. So we can't use low braking, we should be medium braking. Okay, we are about to reach our top of descent. Let's now descend to 10,000 feet initially. Set altitude 10,000. Manage descent. Okay, and then let's announce this is Panama airspace. Let's check. Still no online ATCs right now. Okay, let's announce. Panama traffic, Jollibee 27, inbound Punba 36 nautical miles, leaving flight level 380, descending 10,000 feet initially, and expecting RNP runway 36 approach Pacifico. Okay. Go back to the chat in a bit. We just have to do our approach briefing first.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Okay,
cool. So let's do our approach briefing. So we have obtained our arrival airport weathers. MCDU has been set up. Auto brake is set to medium approach, so we have to brief our approach now. Are you ready for the approach briefing? She's not
Ready.
answering it. There. Okay, so we are 27 nautical miles out of Punba, and we are already descending, passing flight level 339er. And we are tracking Punba. We don't have a standard terminal arrival for this descent. By Diego, we will be commencing our RNP runway 36 approach. So for the RNP runway 36 approach, our final approach course will be heading 004. Our mandatory altitude is 1,800 feet, overhead vary, and our minimum decision altitude is 600 feet. Airport elevation is 50 feet and runway elevation is 20 feet. If we have to go around, the missed approach procedure is to climb right, turning to 3,200 feet, directing Diego, and hold. There, so we have to hold there. Transition level here is 19,000 feet. So for the routing overhead Diego, we will be tracking radial 278 to Hapus and then radial 274 to Pitne. By Hapus, we should be at 3,200 feet. Pitne at or above 2,400, and then Veray 1,800 feet. Overhead Veray will commence our final approach with a flight path angle of 3 degrees to land on runway 36. And then upon landing on runway 36, we are expecting to consume 1.7 kilometers of the runway. So that means we can vacate via Delta if possible. But if not, then we will be vacating via this taxiway. Which taxiway is this? Let's go ahead and check. It doesn't show, but probably will be vacating via taxiway Delta, and we will be taxiing to either base 10, 11, or 12, depending on which one is the available parking. Okay, so that's gonna be our approach briefing. Any questions?
No questions.
I have control.
You have control.
Cool. Okay, we're good. We are now descending. Last week, this is where our game crashed. Now it's still holding, so that's a good good sign. Anyway, let's go back to the chat, and I do apologize for that because we just configured our approach first. Davidoff ZZ, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in on the Purple platform. I do apologize, I just got back to the set. I was doing the approach briefing earlier. I'm doing good, and how are you? Again, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to Borg Gaming Channel, and thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Captain Rami said on the red platform, but Boeing 777 don't have no hub, same as Boeing 747. Ooh, and what Boeing are you flying, Captain Rami? I think you're flying the PMDG, right? 737. Davidoff, I have a question. Could I send a Boeing 777 landing at Princess Juliana? It's my first landing with the 7s. Yes, I know you can. You can actually land with 747 over Princess Juliana, and I've seen a lot of videos. If I'm not mistaken, that was Princess Juliana Airport. That's the one near the beach, right? I've seen a 747 took off from Princess Juliana Airport, so that means they can accommodate a 747. Uy, Jeff Omlang, what's up? First bomb, boss, lovely. Fist bump pala. First bomb. Fist bump pala, fist bump. Akala ko, first bomb. Huwag naman, lumilipad tayo. Wait, let me check. Princess Juliana, let's see what aircraft did they cater. But I know I've seen a lot of videos of a 747 in real life. So that's in real life. So let me check. Actually, it all boils down to the runway. So their runway, let's see. It's actually 7,500 feet. Okay. So I don't think they can. Wait. So what's that? So I think the videos that I've watched is not Princess Juliana. But let me check. Let's check the chart. So Princess Juliana Airport is what's the ICAO? Tango November Charlie Mike. I'll check the chart. Tango November Charlie Mike. Let's see which aircrafts do they cater. Tango November Charlie Mike.
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Okay. Let's see. Airport info. $7,000 feet. Yeah, that is 7,000. I think, yeah, 747. They can accommodate. Let's see. How come I can't? Okay. All landing aircraft utilizing the intermediate turning bay runway 10. I'm checking the procedures actually for this airport. It doesn't say actually. Airport, it just says airport info. All landing helicopter traffic. No, this is helicopters. How come it doesn't show anything about the aircraft that they cater? Procedures. Let's check the procedures. Let's check one. Let's check one departure. Oops, sorry. Wait, we have to. My bad. I'll get back to your question in a bit. That should be 1009er, right? Yep. QNH 1009 set.
1009 set. Passing 13,500. Now.
Check. Seatbelts on. Okay, we are now inbound Ugeto. Okay, our seatbelts are on. Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed. Confirmed. Can't hear me again? Confirmed. Confirmed. Set and check. Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Check. Check.
1,000 to go. Seatbelts.
On. On.
Barrel ref.
1009 set.
1009 set. Minimum.
600 feet set.
600 set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Set altitude 3,200. Set altitude 3,200. Manage descent. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27, overhead Ugeto, inbound Diago, 8 nautical miles. Continuing descent 3,200. Okay, so going back to the question about Princess Juliana. I don't actually see it right here, but we'll see. Wait, let me just activate something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making a connection to another flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices and all other carry-on
Princess
items.
Juliana.
Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seatbelts. We will
Yep.
be landing shortly.
747. Princess, yep. It's the videos that I've seen. KLM Boeing 747. It was at Princess Juliana. So if a 747 can land, then yes, 777 is also available. So there's the answer to your question. Okay, I am now overhead Diego, so let's now commence our approach. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 overhead Diego, passing 6,800, commencing RNP 36 approach Pacifico. Okay, so let's now configure our altitude to 1,800. Set altitude 1,800. Manage descent. Okay, let's see. QNH is still 1009er. The wind is 200 at 4 knots. Hey Jess, what's up? Thanks for the like. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. We have another streamer in the house, Stefani on blue and purple. Please go ahead and support as well. Don't forget to follow her pages and channels. Para lang sa tabi. Malapit na. Palanding na tayo. There. So let me just configure this. We are about to land actually, and we are now tracking Hapus. So let's now arm the speed brake. Set it to 50%. Happy flying kuya for the drop by lang pa, maaga pala ako later sa work. Go lang. Thank you still just for dropping by. Again mga Beshiewap, don't forget to follow just Stefani on the blue and purple platforms. Good night Jess. Good night, sleep light, and don't let the bed bugs you. Speed out constraint.
Check.
Okay, speed brake off. Cool. Okay, let's commence our approach. Activate approach phase. Confirmed. And let's on our speed brakes again. 100%. Set this to CSDR and turn on our terrain.
1,000 to go.
Check. Flaps 1. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27, turning final, runway
Speed
36.
check. Flaps 1.
$2,500.
Radar
Flaps 2.
altimeter alive.
Check.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Gear down. Speed brake off.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed check. Flaps full.
Okay, cool. Missed approach is 3,200. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 and final approach, runway 36. Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Landing checklist. Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
$1,000.
Advised. Advised. Anyway. Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Flight directors off.
100 above.
Bird on. Autopilot off. My
Minimum.
controls. Let's continue.
Sync rate. Pitch.
Correcting. No, we have to go around. Go around flaps.
Too low.
Positive
Terrain.
climb.
Gear up. Autopilot 1 on.
$1,000 to go.
Okay.
2,500.
Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 going around unstable approach. Okay, so let's set. We are directing, as per the miss approach procedure, we should be directing Diego, and then we'll hold overhead Diego. Direct to Diego. There. Hey, what's happening? Should be turning right. Autopilot off. Full heading. Autopilot on.
Check.
Autopilot 1 on. Okay, wait. We have to go direct to Diego. Should be turning right. Set heading 180. Lap 0.
Speed check.
Okay, let's now configure our approach again.
Flap 0.
Arrival should be RNAV runway 36, no star insert. And this time we are directing Diego. Wait. How come there's no direct Diego here? There. Direct Diego. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 directing Diego, maintaining 3,200. After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up,
Flaps.
retracted,
Pats.
on.
Down to the line.
Continue.
Check.
Flaps 1,
Speed check. Flaps 1.
flaps 0,
Speed check. Flaps 0.
So the LNAV and VNAV indicators are incorrect actually. So that's the reason why we are too high on the approach. So we just have to stay at the flight path angle of 3 degrees by Peray. So again, overhead Diego will commence our RNAV 36 approach or RNP 36 approach to land on Pacifico. Let's check. So where's our diesel? We don't have the diesel anymore. So after Diego, that should be Hapus. And 3,200. Decent. There. Cool. So we should be maintaining 3,200. Our wind is now 1008 is now our QNH. We have a new that's the reason why I wasn't able to change this. No, we did change it earlier pala. No, this is not the reason. Okay, we're now overhead Diego. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 overhead Diego, commencing RNP runway 36 approach. Okay, wind is now 200 at 4 knots. Still, temperature 29er. So 1008. Oh. Okay, let's land this thing now. Oh, go around, Captain Kera. Medyo may bug yung yung VDEV indicator. Sa VDEV I was too low pero technically same lang pala yung it was the right angle. So I tried to chase the VDEV indicator, pero when I finally got a view of the runway, I was too high naman pala. Hey, Violent Place, what's up? We have another streamer in the house. Violent Place on the blue platform. Please don't forget to support and follow. Thank you Violent Place for dropping by. Actually meron, I have nag-go around lang ako. Pero ito, I'm about to land na. Late stream tayo Medyo marami kasi tayong ginawa kanina. Manual na, correct. Later, Captain Kero. But I think I already know the technique. I will not rely on the display anymore. So I'll just rely on my guts. Pag landing, ilang knots and flaps ka, Lods? For this landing, full flaps tayo. The speed, depending on the computed speed, as per MCD, our computed VAP is 130. So 130 knots tayo. Although ang landing speed natin is 125. So basically kasi it's 5 knots more than the indicated landing speed So indicated was 125. So technical approach speed natin is 130. Oo nga medyo buggy Captain Kera. I'm not sure if it's the fly-by-wire or maybe the scenery, pero I think it's fly-by-wire kasi I'm not using any sceneries pala ngayon I'm using the default one. So yeah, probably fly-by-wire siya. Tagal ko na hindi nag-FPW. Although for my previous flights naman, it's working fine. Only for this airport. So I think it's the the airport scenery siguro. Probably, I'm not sure, pero we'll see. Okay, we are now almost at Hapus. So let's now continue our descent to 1,800. Okay, let's just wait. There. Set altitude 1,800. Set altitude 1,800. Okay, so that means I have to do this myself. 1,800. There. Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27, overhead Hapus, descending 1,800. Commencing RNP runway 36 approach Pacifico. Activate approach phase.
Approach phase activated.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27, turning final, runway 36.
2,500.
Laps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Gear down. Okay, speed brakes off.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Gear down.
Laps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Laps full.
Speed check. Flaps full.
Pacifico traffic, Jollibee 27 on final runway 36. Okay, spoilers armed. Cabin crew. Ups. No, no.
Hi, it's Andy at L1. How can I help you?
Nothing. Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised. Advised. We're still too high.
Auto thrust.
Speed. Speed.
Auto brake.
Medium.
1,000.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Flight directors off. Bird on. Okay, autopilot off, my controls correcting.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
Check.
Two whites, two red. Check.
400. $50, $40, $30. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. Now reverse engine 1 and 2. Decel. 70 knots.
Manual brake, and let's exit. Pacifica traffic, Jollibee 27 landed, vacated via taxiway Delta. Will continue to taxi to Bay of Choice. Gun spoilers disarmed. It's now there. At least we were able to land it. Suitable parkings. Let's land. Let's taxi to Bay 12. No, Bay 10. And let's request for follow me because I'm not familiar with this airport. Where's the follow me car? Hey, where's the follow me car? I don't see it. Okay, CSTR off. I've already turned off the flight director, so it's still on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign.
After
and the
landing
aircraft is
checklist.
Parked safely at the gate. This will be your indication it is safe to move about
After
the
landing
cabin, gather
checklist.
your belongings, and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Flaps.
Retracted. Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off. Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Okay, I'm just waiting for the follow me car. So let's see. Pag landing usually 3 degrees, pag descent 30 feet, cut throttles, tas flare lang konti, recommended 5 degrees. Correct, actually. Unfortunately, may mali dun sa VDEV. So, as you can see kanina, by Viray, we began our final approach with a 3-degree flight path angle. Pero even if 3 degrees na yung flight path angle, dun sa ano natin, sa indicator, ano siya? All white. So, we were too high. So, ano na lang, kinorek na lang natin, manual na lang. So, I think there's a problem with the VDEV talaga. Thank you, Captain Rami. What's the ano ba? I didn't see the landing rate. Although I heard the clapping sounds. So I'm just waiting for the follow me car. I'm not familiar with the with the airport. Ayan. Will arrive in 11 seconds now. There. Okay. So tara. Park brake off. Let's continue the taxi. Let's follow the follow me car. I'm not familiar with the airport and we don't have a scenery for this, so I requested for a follow me car instead. Pwede po pakita graphic settings po, Lods. Sige, later, before tayo mag-end ng stream. Or bago tayo mag-replay, kasi we're gonna play the replay pala later. So once we park, we will not turn off the engines anymore. We'll go with the replay. But I'll show you the settings later. Graphics. There. So I think this is where we should park. Ayan. So this is Bay 10. Okay. So it doesn't have a line. Again, I don't have any sceneries for this, so we're gonna do this manually. Taxi lights off. Taxi lights off. Not sure how to do this. I really don't know. It doesn't have any lines. So let's just park here. So park brake on. Okay, so we're not gonna cut the engines anymore. We're gonna go straight to the replay of our landing. But before that, Let me just disconnect from VATSIM first. Where is that? Let's disconnect from VATSIM. Okay, VATSIM is disconnected. I will now disconnect Volanta as well. Let me just VATSPY, we don't need this anymore. Volanta, let's go ahead and end the flight. Let me just disconnect Volanta. What else should I turn off? Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so I'll show you the settings first. Catherine, Ron, Jason, and then after this we'll do the replay. So general options and then graphics. Actually, I'm just using low graphics for this because I'm streaming eh. Usually if I'm streaming, since syempre magdadagdag siya ng di ba? It uses more resources. So I use low graphics instead. Ayan. So full screen, anti-aliasing at I use TAA 100. Yeah, TAA is 100%. VSync is on. Naka 100% monitor refresh rate, which is 60 FPS. DX12, I'm using DirectX 12. And then for the advanced settings, ayan, naka low almost all, except for the off-screen terrain pre-caching. Ayan. Anisotropic filtering, I set it to 8x. Although the advisable is or recommended is off. Pero kasi if it's off, it affects the yung mga runway or yung airport markings. So I use 8x, which is half of the maximum. Maximum kasi 16x. And then the rest off low. Yan. There. So that's my graphic settings. While streaming. Kasi of course, the streaming software also eats resources, diba? Pero if I'm off streaming, I can play medium. Pwede siyang medium settings. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's it. Let's now go to our replay. Let me just turn off the replay first. And then replay tayo. Let's see how did we land the aircraft. Now for the recording, yung first recording nito will be from the first from the go around natin eh. So ipa-fast track natin siya papunta dun sa last 1,000 last 1,000 feet. I'm just turning off the recording. Medyo matagal lang. And then let's review our landing. Nag-go around pa tayo. I relied on the kasi VDEV indicator, which shows that we're too low. Ayan, the last recorded flight has been yan. Okay, wait, let me just take control of the aircraft and park brake off. Okay, so let's now load sa last 1,000 feet altitude.
1,000.
Okay, so let's use this one and let's use external view. Check natin external view muna tayo. Let's use this and check our landing. Let's see how did we do with our landing. Hey Harley, thanks for the like. Welcome to the stream. We actually just landed in Pacifico, Panama, and we're watching the replay of our landing. Let's see how we did. I saw it was -8-1, so it was a smooth landing. Although I didn't feel like it was smooth, but Yeah, if the landing rate says so, then yeah, I'm good with it. Let's check our landing. Okay, so there's the flare. Engines throttle is cut, and yep, it was a smooth landing. Yep, I agree. That was actually. Paano capture naman yan replay mo, Lods? I'm using flight control replay. It's a mod, flight control replay. But it's a payware hindi sa freeware. So may bayad. Pero affordable naman and it's really useful. Okay, cool. So that's pause muna natin yan here. And let's back up a bit. Maybe tayo sa 1,000 feet. Wait. Oops, 1,000. There. Can I mark this? Hindi no? I can't mark it. Okay, cool. This time, let's do a passenger view. The airport is on the right side, so we'll use the right passenger view. So that's showcase, and then if I'm not mistaken, that's view 18. Is it view 18? Yep, view 18. So let's use this passenger view for our second replay. Let's see how did we do our landing. And type ko pala dito, Catherine Ron Jason. Sorry, what's your nickname ba? Kasi I'm using Catherine Ron Jason, pero I think is it Ron? I'm just guessing Flight control replay, or actually that's FCR. So it's available on Sim Market. Yung flight control replay too. So it records your aircraft positions. So I have mine auto record. It auto records once I go below 1,000 feet. So hindi niya nire-record yung buong flight, at least yung last 1,000 feet. Unfortunately, nag-go around tayo, so it recorded from the first first attempt. So this is what Panama looks like. Pacifico International Airport. It's actually a short airport. Short runway rather. Because this is how the passengers felt our landing. Yeah, it was a smooth landing. Wow, nice. Okay. And medium braking is just enough for us to vacate via taxiway delta. There. So just enough, and then we exited the taxiway delta. Okay, cool. So now let's do the gear view, or landing gear view. Let's pause it here. Let's again switch back to 1,000 feet. Oops, too much. There. And then let's switch to the landing gear view. And this is what's good with flight control replay. You can switch to different views and then rewatch your landing. So, anyway, landing gear view. And then after this, the final view, which is the runway view, before we exit our stream. Uy, Team LKV, what's up? Don't forget to support also Team LKV on the blue platform. Taal hindi taal to, Panama to. We're in Panama right now. Tagaytay ka dyan. Uy, belated happy anniversary sa inyo ni Zane. Zane actually dropped by a while ago. And thank you for the like. Appreciate it. Yeah. So again, I had a problem with my vertical deviation indicator on fly-by-wire. I had to correct this manually on the landing. And we did land smoothly here in Panama Pacifico International Airport. So there's the flare and the throttle cut, and yep, it was a smooth landing. So Catherine, Ron, Jason, if you remember, I mentioned the flare earlier. So that was the flare. 30 feet from the runway, you have to hold back on the throttle, make it tilt upwards or tilt the nose, and then make sure to cut the throttle off. That should soften your landing. Because if you just maintain the speed, that's gonna be 800 or 700 to 800 feet per minute, that you will really gonna bounce your landing. I had the same mistake before. So anyway, so that was the landing gear view. Now let's back up a bit, and I'll configure the camera. This one we have to manually set up the camera. So we're gonna do a runway view of our landing. So let's just back up a bit, and I think this should be fine. Or let's back up more. Okay, that should be fine. And for this one, we'll be using the free camera mode. And let's reset that. Drone lock mode. Set the drone speed to 124. Let's back up until probably this. Wait, let's check. Okay, here. Let's go down, and let's just center this. Set it to 2 or 3 there, and then let's just center this up a bit. Okay, 10 points should be enough, and drone focus should be 50, and then zoom at 100. Let's turn off the drone lock mode, make sure that the aircraft is centered, then switch it back on, and now we're good. Let's put the drone speed back to 0, and this is gonna be our runway landing view. So let's switch back to 1,000 feet. So now the camera stays there until our aircraft lands, and let's watch this one. Uy, thanks for the 10 stars, Team LKV. Happy birthday. Salamat sa 10 stars. You're welcome, Catherine, Ron, Jason. That's the flare, and there are actually a lot of YouTube videos about how to flare. So if you're using the fly-by-wire simulations, 30 feet is the optimum flare altitude. So by 30 feet from the runway, because you will hear the call out, diba? 50, 40, 30. So 30 feet, you tilt, you pull back the flight stick, you tilt the nose a bit, not too much because you might have tail strike by then. Not too much, just enough to soften the landing. So once the nose is tilted, it will soften the landing. You make sure that you cut the throttle off even before the retard call out. So like for example, in this scenario, by 30 feet, you will see I'll tilt the nose up a bit. There, so there's the flare, and then I cut off the throttle. So that softened the landing. Just maintain it right there, and then don't push the nose down. Just let it fall down naturally, and that's it. That's the flare. Hey Jeff, what's up? Welcome, Black. Nawala ako. Okay, so that was the 35th leg of our Jollibee World Tour. We've completed it at last, because last week our simulator crashed and we were not able to complete it. So the flight for tonight was from Rionegro, Colombia to Pacifico, Panama. So that ticks the 35th leg of our Jollibee World Tour. So by next week, we will be flying the 36th leg of our Jollibee World Tour. We will be taking off from this airport, Panama Pacifico International Airport in Pacifico, Panama. And we will be flying northwest. I still don't know which airport, but an airport which is around an hour from this airport. So I'll just go ahead and plan that later after the stream. So, but anyway, that was it, mga Beshiewap. Thanks for tuning in to Borg Gaming channel, and that was our Flight Thursday stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't forget to support fly-by-wire simulations, their Airbus A320neo mod, and the livery that we just used, this Jollibee, a very nice Jollibee livery, was developed by Night Fury 08, which is available for download on flightsim.to for the fly-by-wire Airbus A320neo aircraft. So as you can see there, just beside the window, we have our decal there, the Borg logo, and that was added by Night Fury 08 to the Jollibee livery that he created. So again, thank you Night Fury 08 for making this livery. A special decal for the Borg decal is indicated there. So again, thank you. You can also check his page out. That's Night Fury 08 on the blue platform. Okay, so that's it. Let's call it a night. But before that, let's try to check if we can raid someone on the purple platform. Again, thank you to Sir Friends for the 100 stars, and of course Team LKV for the 10 stars. Appreciate it. I forgot to pin your comment. Happy birthday talaga yun. Catherine, Ron, Jason, thanks for tuning in as well. Salamat sa pag-tuning until the end. Jeff, lang matulog ka na. Wala ka ba pasok bukas? Office mate ko yan si Jeff. Si lang. Okay, and remember that we are simulcasting on 5 platforms. Those are blue, purple, red, green, and black. So you can check out check out my bio for my link space to access all my social media. Yeah. So thank you everyone. I'll go ahead and show the result of the poll on the blue platform, and then for the purple platform, let's go ahead and check who can we raid. Let's check someone who's what do you call this, who's playing or streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Let me just check. Boss, yung mga mahirap lang din. Parang ikaw yung maglaland dun lang. Siyempre yung madadali lang naman. Mau country nun Mau. Actually, even here in the Philippines, there are a lot of airports na medyo challenging yung landing. Like for example, Baguio, yung sa Lagindingan Airport in Baguio. That's challenging kasi that's how many feet ba? 6,000 feet or 7,000 feet above sea level. Wait, let's see. Who can we raid? Quart? Is it Quart? Let's check. Cleared takeoff is actually no. He's playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Let's see. Tattoo Man is playing Microsoft Flight Simulator lang. Let me just check first. No, it's not English sorry. Sige. Not Tattoo Man. Doon tayo sa English streamer. Who's Trake? Is this English? Trake. He's French. Okay, we might not be able to understand him. This one is Deutsch. German. Ito na lang si Quart. Let's raid Quart. He's flying. Hindi nakalagay kung saan siya lilipad. But, yeah. Let's raid him instead. Okay, so I'll send you over Quart. Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Pero bahala na. Okay, I'll go ahead and send you over his channel after we end ours. So, raid na lang po natin siya. If you are on the purple platform. So, he's on the purple platform. Joke lang, boss. Nakatingin na ka ibang decals, boss. Yan, ikaw lang loyal. Correct. I'm planning to finish the world tour. So, from Manila to Manila, going around the world. So, nasa 35th leg na tayo, 36th leg na by next week. So, hopefully matapos natin sa by Q1 next year. And then after Q1 next year, domestic flights na ulit tayo. Ang hirap kasi. Ang hirap ng world tour. Pero kaya natin yan. 36 leg na tayo by next week. So, ayan. Thank you, Amlang, Catherine, Ron, Jason, Captain Rani 777. I know you're still there. Captain Kerotine. Thank you sa lahat ng dumaan kanina. Just Stefani, Violent Face, Team LKV. Thank you. Mga Beshiewap nating streamer. Dandan Boulevard on the purple platform as well. Appreciate it. So, thank you, mga Beshiewap. Pahinga na tayo. It's almost 3 AM. May work pa ako mamaya. May work pa ako alas 9. Diba? Lang. Okay, so start up with natin. Let's start the raid na. That's it. Meron pa ba akong kulang? I think we're good. So that's it, mga Beshiewap. I'll see you later tonight. I'll be streaming Fall Guys. Hey, what happened? Nag-start na yung replay natin. Pero okay lang. Okay, so I'll be streaming Fall Guys later tonight. Kita-kits na lang po tayo. So again, maraming salamat. Thank you very much. But of course, before we go, always remember, play hard but still play safe, and most importantly, play responsibly. So once again, my name is Borg, and this is Borg's Gaming Channel now, signing off. Till next time, mga Beshiewap. Matane!